You try to sing high notes, you push harder, you try to copy and mimic your favorite singers. But the thing is, your voice feels strained, or you feel a lot of tension, or your voice cracks, and you have been pushing really, really hard, and it still sounds bad. And that is the number one mistakes a lot of beginner singers make, and I've made that mistake myself, and other big singers I have coached, I see them making the same mistake. They are unnecessarily pushing their voice when they are not fully ready. And yeah, that is the number one mistake. So this is the number one biggest mistake that beginner singers make. They try to sing high notes without building the foundation. And I know it and I get it. You know, high notes feel like real singing. High note is where the money notes are. High notes are the flashy notes. That is where actually the real singing is, or where you feel like the real singer shine, is in the high notes. But without having a foundation, it's like building a house on a weak foundation. So your house is going to tip over, it's going to crack, or it's going to fall, or something bad's going to happen to the house because it just does not have a solid foundation. And without the fundamentals, your voice is not just ready yet. You might try to push your voice unnecessarily. You might try to mimic the singers. You might feel strain. You might push yourself. And I've seen this, a lot of people do this over and over again. And they might be able to get a little bit close or some tiny bit results here and there, but it's not consistent and it wears their voice out really fast. And it's actually, it can be dangerous too if done long term, can cause vocal injuries. So this is what most newbie singers do. This is what they do. They copy their favorite singers, or they listen to a favorite song. Let's say they listen to Beyonce or Bruno Mars. They listen to their song and they try to sing along with them, or they try to sing exactly how it is in the studio, right? Now I'll let you on a little secret, right? Most singers don't even perform in the key in which they record in the studio. I'll say that again. Most singers do not even perform in the key in which they record in the studio. For example, if they're singing and if a song is quite high, let's say it's an F sharp key, maybe in the live version they might be singing at G, or maybe even lower at E. Who knows? But I've observed this myself. I went to Guns N' Roses concert because I know the songs really by heart. And when I heard those songs, I realized that, wait a minute, Axl Rose is singing these songs in a lower key. This is not the original key, right? So most singers themselves do not sing their own songs in the original key which they were sung. And here we are, newbie trained singers, newbie wannabe singers, and here we are trying to mimic and copy these amazing, phenomenal singers who have had years of practice, and trying to copy their singing. And guess what? We falter, or our voice cracks. And you hear this a lot, where your voice is like cracking, or you have a lot of strain and you feel like, how do they do these for hours? I can barely do it for one song, right? So this is the most common mistake I've seen happening over and over again. So here's the key problem, right? When you try to copy your favorite singers, whoever they might be, Freddie Mercury, Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, whoever it is, Beyonce, Ariana Grande, if any of these singers you're trying to copy, you're trying to copy the results, right? What you see them perform, what you see them do, you're actually copying the results. But what we really need to copy is the foundation, are the basics. And as a result of trying to copy the results, your pitch is shaky, your voice is wobbly, maybe you have a voice crack, your tone is unreliable, you wear out very quickly, or your voice gets tired incredibly. I remember when I was trying to learn Grenade by Bruno Mars, and I was like, I got a grenade for you. I was like, so much tension in my jaw, in my neck, and you can see my neck veins coming out, right? Grenade! Like, so unhealthy, right? It just looks unhealthy. But I had no technique, barely any technique. I had done some basic, at least I had a little bit of awareness to do some singing exercise. I had bought one singing course, and I would do that. I would do the exercise, but when it came to singing, I would completely check all the techniques and just try to copy what Bruno Mars was doing. And when you see them in the performance and doing live, they they try to make it more sensational, right? So you will see the neck veins popping up and making it sound like they're really hurting, but they actually know how to sing properly. But to look cool on the video, they might do all these things which are not very healthy. So your pitch is wobbly, or you have this voice crack, or you really like, you sing a couple of songs and your voice is completely like shot. You can't even sing after that. Or you sing and you feel like you haven't had a drop of water for, your throat is like completely dry, right? Or you feel a lot of tension or strain, and you wonder like, how do these singers do that? How do they do this for hours? Oh my God, right? Your throat really tightens, and then you see that these high notes are impossible. Okay, I just cannot sing like Bruno Mars, right? I just can't do it. Or I cannot sing like Beyonce or whoever is your favorite singer, right? I just can't do it. And then what most people do is they give up, or they try to choose easy songs. This is the problem, right? And then you might even think, maybe I just should stick to guitar, you know? Maybe I just can't sing. And that was my thought process. And then I went back to rhythm guitar, and you can see my guitars in the back. I'm just playing rhythm guitar. And the thing is, I still had some solid foundation, you know, because I was practicing through a course. So I had some of the basics. So I could do backing vocals, right? Not in the original key, but backing vocals you just have to sing sometimes. So I was doing backing vocals when I did cover songs, or I could do 1 or 2 songs here and there, or when I was playing in a band, I could do backing vocals. But the thing is, my true desire was to be able to sing those songs, but I just didn't know how. I didn't have the foundation, and that is what I see a lot of people doing. And then a lot of people think, oh no, maybe I can't sing, you know, these people are born geniuses, you know. I see a video of little Bruno Mars dancing, a little Taylor Swift singing, a little Sabrina singing. I just cannot sing like them. That is wrong. That is incorrect. You can sing, but the thing is, you just don't know how to approach it, right? You don't suck. You just skipped the steps. It is like going to the gym and trying to bench press 100 kg on your very first day. It's just like an impossible task, right? You need to gradually build up so that you will be able to lift 100 kgs. You just cannot do it on your day one. So let me break it down for you fundamentally. And by the way, I've designed a free course which goes over all the fundamental basics, which I'm going to share right now. And I go over the basic explanation, the basic exercise, which you can start applying right away, and you can start seeing the results right away. The link is in the description. So these are the 4 fundamentals. I'm going to read it out so I don't miss any of them. Breath control, pitch control, smooth transition going from your chest voice to your head voice, like making this smooth. Okay, basic vocal coordination and being on time, like being on the beat, as they say, right? Without these basics, your voice will fight you, right? Without knowing how to really, you don't even need to be great at these basics. You just need to have about 60% control over these basics, right? You just need to be 60% there, and you will be miles and miles ahead of any other. I'll be miles ahead of 98% of singers in the world if you just get the basics. Are not even aware what are the basics of singing, and they don't even practice. And it doesn't even take a lot of practice. It might take you even 2 weeks. I've seen people make the same progress in 2 weeks, and for some people it took them 2 months. Depends on your history of singing, like, and your exposure and your ability. You know, some people can pick up things very quickly. For some people it takes a bit of a while, but you know, somewhere between a couple of months of practice and you can really get it right, and you can really start sounding like close to your favorite artists, like your professional singers. So then you might ask me, okay, Rohit, I understand what you're saying, but what is the fix? Like, what is the solution to this? So we will get to this. So instead of chasing the high notes, instead of going for the flashy runs, what you must be focusing on, what are the fundamentals? You know, Robin Sharma, one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite motivational speakers, he always said consistency on the fundamentals is the mother of mastery. I'll say it again. Consistency on the fundamentals is the mother of mastery. So if you really want to master any craft, you need to break it down into fundamentals, master them individually, and when you connect them together, you become at the top, right? And it's been known in other sports. If you take off soccer, right? When you practice and you start learning soccer, you have a dribbling session where you learn how to dribble the ball. Then you have a passing session where you just focus on passing. Then you have a shooting session when you focus on shooting, soccer, football, right? Or maybe then you have a heading session where you only focus on heading. Maybe then you have a set piece session where you only focus on the set piece, corner kicks or free kicks. So when it comes to soccer and sports, yes, everyone focuses on, yes, this is the area I work on, this specific area. But when it comes to singing, people just start singing. That should be the last thing you should be doing. You should be focusing on the fundamentals one by one. So train your fundamentals first. Number one, learn how to breathe properly. Most people breathe from here, chest, they breathe like this. But what we must be focusing is to breathe from belly down here. I'm just exaggerating the movement. But that is what it is. So instead of singing, you try to engage your whole body. Imagine you're singing from your belly button, right? We don't have lungs there, but just imagining singing from there, breathing from there. And you can do a very simple exercise where you take a big breath and you exhale with a shh sound. So you take a big breath, you just do 2-3 rounds of this, right? And just breathe normally. And when you will sing, just by doing this exercise, quick exercise, might just take a couple of minutes, you will already feel, wow, I can sing longer notes, I can sustain notes longer, because you're now kind of expanded, stretched out your body. Now you can sing more. Now number 2 is stabilize your pitch. Make it stable, because this is the problem where I had. When I would sing a note, I would sing my voice would fall. I really want to show it to you. What will happen for most people is like they will sing something like this, and you saw at the end my pitch dropped. Or instead of being in the center, they might be a little bit above the note or below the note. So they call it sharp above or flat below the note. So they're not actually being on pitch. So here you can see that, right? Or the pitch is wobbly. Some people think it's very cool to have a vibrato like but the fundamentals is first get the basic straight note. You can see I'm going a little bit down, right? It's a little bit flat. It should be in the center. Now it was in the center. It's more steady. That is what you need to practice. And then you might need to practice scales. And you don't even need to know a lot of scales. Just pick a couple of major scales. Just couple of major. Pick C major and G major. Most common, right? Pick a couple of minor scale. Maybe C minor or F sharp minor. Just couple of major and couple of minor scales. And just practice singing on the scale. For C major it would be so just a very basic scale. So you just practice going up and down the scale, just slowly, as slow but with clarity and with staying on pitch. So when you sing C, if it's turning green, it's on the pitch. I'm purposefully gonna go off pitch. You can see it was turning red, right? So this is very simple. This app is called Tuner T1. You can install it. This will help you with your pitch, right? Very basic. I go over all these fundamentals in my course. You can check it out. Link is in the description. It's completely free of charge. I go over all the fundamentals of singing. Now you practice easy skills like this. You build control in your comfortable range. When you go up the scale, you go down the scale slowly, right? When I started learning how to sing, I used to do this. very fast. And my coach was like, no, stop it. You're being sloppy. The notes are not clear. Onset. Onset means the way you attack the notes, it's not clear. So the first three notes, sing it very slowly. So I literally broke it down 3 notes, and I sang it clearly. Instead of singing with a lot of air, I sang it more clearly, or with a lot of attack, like that. I sang it neutral. Now later down the line, you can be more artistic, more style. You can sing like Billie Eilish with a lot of air. You can add those things later, but fundamentals are you hitting the notes cleanly, and are you doing the scales? Do them very slowly. Make sure you are on pitch. Make sure the way you attack the notes, the way you start the notes is clean. It's not too airy. It's not or it's not too strong like that. Make it clear. This is one of the another fundamentals. So this way, when you have these basics, right, you're like building the blocks. You can imagine like a table, right? You're building one pillar, which is your breathing technique. You're building another pillar, which is your pitch. You're building another pillar, which is, going through the notes, the scale, right? That also helps you with your vocal agility, right? And then you finally learn how to connect your chest voice to your head voice. So it's, as I said before, it's like going to the gym. You don't just go and deadlift 100 kgs on day one, right? You build it up slowly. So that's what you're doing when you're practicing the fundamentals. And I'm telling you, even if you just practice these fundamentals 10 minutes a day, even 5 minutes a day, right? It's going to have a massive difference if you do it every single day. But it's very important that you do it daily. 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, every single day. And I'm telling you, you can take one Sunday off if you want to. And you don't even need, you just ask your friends or family, boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm just going to go out for 10 minutes. Go to a park, go somewhere, just listen, or go to the bathroom, have the shower on and practice. Nobody's going to stop you. Find a quiet place where you can practice. Go to a bathroom, have your shower on and practice. Nobody's going to make fun of you, right? The worst judgment is the one we put on ourselves. That is the worst judgment, right? So do not put any judgment on yourself. You are practicing, you're learning. When we practice, you say, I'm practicing, I'm learning, I give myself permission to suck. When we all practice, we suck. That is how it is. That is how with any art form. When you learn how to play soccer, when you learn how to play swim or tennis, you absolutely suck the first 2 months. You're not good. Nobody's good. So this is where most people quit, right? Not because they cannot sing, but because they haven't really even understood the fundamentals. Not even mastered the fundamentals. You don't need to master them. You just need to get about 60% there, halfway there. You just need to get a D if you talk in terms of grade, like A being the best grade and F being failing. You just need to get a D grade, basically. If you get C, great. Or more, higher the better. But even if you just get a D, if you have some basic understanding of breathing or pitch control, basic scales, basic transition, how to attack notes cleanly, that is enough. That is enough, and it will take you, and then you will have so much more control with the high notes. So if you're serious about really building your voice, if you're really serious about singing the high notes, right, you must start with the fundamentals. Learn the basics. Get all the basics down. High notes will come naturally then. There are some techniques, of course. One of the favorite techniques for me for singing high notes is I call the squeaky mouth sound, like where you make a sound, but like a mouse. You make it squeaky, right? What it is teaching your vocal cords, these two tiny muscles, to connect healthily, making this squeaky sound, right? Healthily. And you use the same sensation then to connect your vocal cords healthily, and you can sing high note, you can sing very high. Then you can use the same sensation. Take the same squeakiness 2, now you can do techniques because you have the other fundamentals. I'm just demonstrating it, but that is how you can do it, right? And it's an exercise. When you do the exercise, you suck. You sound horrible. You sound like a dying cat or a dying mouse, right? And people might make fun of you. Some of my neighbors were like, who's that dying? Or will make fun of you, or a girlfriend or boyfriend might, who cares? You want to follow your dream, or do you want to follow their dream? You want to follow your dream, right? Or just ask them to leave, or you leave the room, you go outside, go in the park, whatever, do whatever, go to your terrace, whatever, go to the bathroom, put the shower on, and then practice. Who's gonna stop you? Nobody can stop you, right? So do whatever you need to do. Make space, practice daily. So if you didn't understand any of the basic terms like pitch or runs or riffs or any of those things, I've posted them in the comment section below. And another, I would say the number 2 mistake, which a lot of beginner singers make, is they try to do all these flashy runs, right? They see Mariah Carey or Christina Aguilera or any of like modern singers, and they try to copy their runs, right? Especially if you come from an Indian classical background, or even like Bollywood kind of thing, where they do a lot of runs, right? And then you try to copy and mimic those runs, and you just cannot do it because you haven't developed the agility. You don't have it yet. It takes some practice. So give yourself time. Just be patient, right? People will try to do and they will try to do it very fast and very sloppy. This is what I did when I was trying to learn how to sing Charlie Puth's How Long song. And in the very beginning, he has this run, and I was doing very sloppy, very bad. And my coach just called me out. He's like, that is sloppy, that is awful. Slow it down, sing at 50% speed. Really make sure every single note is clear, sounds clear, is on pitch, your breathing is nice. So I did it. And I slowly sped it up. So I did that for literally weeks until I got that run solid. So that is how you build your fundamentals, and that is what you need to do. So I hope you found this video really useful. I hope somebody showed me this video when I was starting out, when I was bloody 14 years old. I really wish somebody showed me this video and they had a video like this, and I wish I found somebody. It would have completely changed the trajectory of my life. I might have become a pop star. I don't know. I started singing quite late, but you know what? You can still sing your favorite song. You know what? It doesn't matter how old you are. If you have basic coordination, you can sing. If you can listen and identify the ringtone on the phone, if you press different notes and you can identify the different tones, you can sing. So that's all we needed to do. I hope you found this video useful. If you haven't checked it out, check out my free course. The link is in the description below, where I go over all the fundamentals of singing, and I also explain them, and I give some free exercises in there which you can start applying right away. So go and check that out as well. So this is the biggest beginner truth. I just want to end the video with this. This is the biggest beginner truth. The biggest beginner truth is you don't fail at singing high notes. You don't fail at singing high notes. You fail at the basics before them. Right? Think about it. The simplest analogy would be if you have ever learned how to drive the car. When you learn how to drive the car, you first learn how to accelerate the car and brake. Like literally the first week, all I was doing is trying to hold the car steady, accelerate and brake. Accelerate and brake. That's it. I didn't even try to, it was all in gear 1. And I was just learning on manual. And then maybe second week you learn how to turn left or turn right. Maybe then after you have some more control, you learn how to reverse park. Okay, and then maybe you learn how to take it outside and practice. You must do all of these things so that you can become a great driver. You just don't go on the highway and start speeding on the highway. That's what most people are doing. They're going on the highway and they start speeding, they start singing high notes, but they don't have the foundation yet. So build the foundation. You don't fail at singing high, you fail at the basics. Consistency on the fundamentals is the mother of mastery, as Robin Sharma said. So if you are consistent with the fundamentals, just 5-10 minutes every single day, practice these 3-4 fundamentals every single day. And I'm telling you, by week 3 or week 4, maybe even quicker, you'll start already feeling the difference. You will already feel that you are different, that you have the ability, that you can sing, that you are amazing. That wow, I can do this, I can sing these high notes. I'm not getting tired. Like this was my reaction, right? When I started doing the exercise, I don't get tired. I sang like 5 songs. I took this same song. I practiced it like 7 times. I'm not tired. I was like, wow. Can I pinch myself? I was like, wow. I didn't get tired. I sang the same song like 6, 7 times. Is because I was practicing the fundamentals, and the fundamentals had built my stamina, my accuracy, my pitch, my vocal agility, vocal control. I've also learned how to go up and down the scales. That also helped with my hearing and my singing, which was better. My breathing was better, and all of these things combined. And I was learning a couple of other techniques, but these are the fundamentals. And if you have the fundamentals right, you will be able to sing a lot of songs. And another thing I will tell you is, if you cannot sing in the original key, just find the lower key version of the song. For example, if you cannot sing Grenade from Bruno Mars, just go on YouTube, type Bruno Mars Grenade lower key, and you will find a lower key version, and you might be able to sing that version, because that does not require that much of finesse. But do not ignore the fundamentals. Still practice the fundamentals, and then you can slowly move the key higher. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope somebody shared this video with me when I was a teenager. Where I would have been, I don't even know. The trajectory of my life could be completely different. So I really hope and wish you find this video really useful. I want to inspire thousands and thousands of people all over the world, so they can take up singing, or they can sing for joy. They want to become professional performers, they can do that, or they can sing for their joy, for their own. It is such a joy. Singing is such a joy, and it doesn't require anything, right? It's free. It just requires 5-10 minutes of practice a day. That's it, and it's free. You can go on. If everyone has a phone now, go on phone, put on a karaoke track, and just sing along to your favorite artist. It's free, and it's such a joyous experience. It's so much fun. It's so much joy. And it releases so much stress, and it just keeps your brain healthy. There's so many benefits. If you just Google or ask ChatGPT what are the benefits of singing, it will tell you so many benefits, right? But the most importantly is, it is what you want to do in your heart, and so that's what you do. And once you have the basics, you sound so awesome. You have more stamina, more control. You are better on pitch. You're better. You can sing more higher notes with more control. It's so beautiful. It's such an amazing thing. So I hope that you found this video useful. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any suggestions, any recommendations, any ideas, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until then, I wish you great success on your singing journey, or if you just want to sing for fun, or if you are checking out my reaction videos, check them out as well. If you have any suggestions, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And until then, I wish you great success on your singing journey, or on your listening journey, or on your music journey, or having fun in this journey. And I'll see you guys in the next video.